You know, sometimes in life, people will try to break you, not with fists, not with weapons, but with words, with doubt, with betrayal that cuts deeper than any blade ever could. They'll laugh at your dreams. They'll whisper behind your back. They'll do everything in their power to shake your spirit, to drag you down to their level, because seeing you rise reminds them of how low they've chosen to stay. And in those moments, you might feel the fire of anger in your chest. You might want to scream, to fight, to prove them wrong with noise. But let me tell you something. The greatest power you will ever hold is silence. The greatest revenge you will ever serve is peace. Because when you ignore them, when you stop feeding their need for attention, when you choose to keep walking while they're trying to pull you back, you don't just rise above them, you leave them behind forever. That's strength. That's power. That's victory that echoes louder than any argument ever could. So today, let's talk about why ignoring them isn't weakness. It's the ultimate revenge, and it's how you win your life back. Silence is the language of the strong. It's the quiet force that speaks louder than any argument, any comeback, any heated exchange. When you choose silence, you're not surrendering. You're standing taller than ever. You see, when people come at you with negativity, when they throw shade, spread rumors, or try to provoke you, what they really want is your reaction. They want to see you flinch. They want to see you stumble. But when you stay silent, when you keep your head high and your mouth closed, you rob them of the satisfaction they crave. You take away the fuel that feeds their fire. And in that moment, your silence becomes your armor. It becomes your shield. The world expects noise. It expects chaos when you're under attack. But the ones who rise above are the ones who don't fall into that trap. They're the ones who understand that silence doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're focused. It means you've got bigger battles to fight, battles that matter. And when you stop reacting, you stop playing their game. You step off their chessboard and you start living on your own terms. That's the strength silence gives you. When you stop reacting, you take back the power that people try to steal from you. Think about it. Every time someone tries to push your buttons, what they're really doing is testing how much control they have over you. They want to see if they can get inside your mind, twist your heart, and pull you into their storm. And if you react, if you let anger or frustration speak for you, you hand them the keys to your peace. But when you choose not to respond, when you look them in the eyes and say nothing, that's when you truly win. That's when you show them they don't own a single piece of your soul. The truth is, your emotions are sacred. Your energy is sacred, and it's meant for people who thrive on drama. It's meant for building. It's meant for creating. It's meant for walking boldly toward your purpose. Silence allows you to protect that energy. It allows you to keep your focus sharp and your spirit unshaken. And in that silence, you become unstoppable. Silence teaches you discipline. It teaches you that not every battle is worth fighting. Not every insult is worth answering. Because the world is full of noise. People arguing, people tearing each other down, people looking for a fight. But the strongest people, the ones who truly succeed, are those who understand that strength isn't measured by how loud you shout, but by how steady you can remain when the world tries to shake you. And let me tell you, when you master silence, you master yourself. You stop being a puppet on someone else's strings. You stop being pulled this way and that by every little thing someone says or does. Instead, you stand rooted, unmovable, like a mountain. People can yell at the mountain, they can throw stones at it, but the mountain doesn't respond. It doesn't need to. And neither do you. Because silence gives you clarity. It helps you see who deserves your time, your energy, your words, and who doesn't. And that clarity, that discipline, it's what separates the strong from the weak, the focused from the distracted, the builders from the destroyers. The beautiful thing about silence is that it gives you space, space to breathe, space to think, space to grow. When you stop reacting, when you stop letting every little comment or action get under your skin, you create room inside yourself for peace. And that peace becomes your superpower, because now you're not wasting your time worrying about what they're saying or doing. You're not caught up in the drama. Instead, you're focusing on what matters, your dreams, your goals, your journey. And while they're busy trying to pull you down, you're busy rising. They don't know how to handle that. They expect you to fight back, to yell, to argue. But when you don't, when you keep moving forward in silence, it eats at them. It confuses them. It shows them that they have no power over you. And here's the truth. People who seek to hurt you, people who try to provoke you, they're hurting inside. They're lost. They're looking for control because they feel powerless in their own lives. Don't let their brokenness break your peace. Your silence will say everything that needs to be said. And as you walk in silence, something powerful happens. You begin to see things more clearly. You begin to see who your real friends are, who truly support you, and who was only there to feed off your energy. You start to notice the opportunities you once missed because you were too busy reacting, too busy fighting battles that didn't matter. And with every step you take in silence, you get stronger. Your focus sharpens, your vision clears, and soon you're so far ahead that the people who once tried to drag you down can't even see you anymore. They're left in the dust wondering how you did it, but you'll know. You'll know it was because you chose the higher path. You chose to protect your energy. You chose to ignore the noise and build a life that speaks for itself. And that right there is the ultimate revenge. Not words, not fights, but success, growth, peace. That's what silence gives you. That's what ignoring them brings into your life. Silence isn't just the absence of words, it's the presence of strength. It's the choice to rise above instead of sink low. When you ignore those who try to hurt you, you remind them that their power over you was only ever an illusion. And more importantly, you remind yourself of your own power, because you were never meant to be controlled by the opinions of others. You were never meant to be distracted by petty battles. You were meant to build, to rise, to inspire. And every time you choose silence, every time you choose not to react, you step deeper into that purpose. You prove to yourself that you're stronger than the chaos around you, that you're greater than the hate thrown your way. And in that strength, in that quiet victory, you find the freedom to live on your terms. So when they come at you with their words, with their schemes, with their negativity, smile, stay silent, and keep walking. Because ignoring them isn't weakness. It's the ultimate revenge. And it's the key to a life that's truly yours. Your success becomes the loudest response, louder than any words you could ever speak, louder than any argument you could ever win. When you focus on your growth, on your vision, on becoming the best version of yourself, you create a noise that cannot be silenced. You see, those who try to tear you down, they expect you to fight back on their level. They expect you to waste your energy trying to prove something to them. But what truly shakes them, what truly leaves them speechless, is when you stop trying to prove anything at all. When you let your success speak for itself. There's nothing more powerful, nothing more humbling for those who doubted you than watching you rise while they're still standing in the same place, bitter, angry, and stuck. You don't have to explain yourself. You don't have to justify your decisions. You don't have to get caught up in their mess. Just keep growing, keep building, because the higher you go, the harder it is for them to reach you with their hate. And that's how you win. By showing, not telling. By shining so bright that their darkness can't touch you. The thing is, people who hate on you, people who try to hold you back, they thrive on your reaction. They thrive on your attention. When you argue, when you defend yourself, when you let their negativity pull you in, you're giving them exactly what they want. But when you stay focused, when you put all that energy into your growth, your peace, your progress, it frustrates them. It confuses them. Because now they have nothing to feed off. They have no fuel for their fire. And as you rise, as your success becomes undeniable, they start to see themselves more clearly. They see their own stagnation, their own insecurities reflected back at them in the mirror of your accomplishments. And that's when their hate turns to envy. Because deep down, they wish they had what you have. The strength to stay focused, the courage to rise above the noise, the discipline to build a life worth living. And the beauty of it all is you don't have to lift a finger against them. Your success does all the talking. Your growth becomes the storm that shakes their world. There's something so powerful about the peace that comes with focusing on yourself, on your journey, on your dreams. That peace, that calm, it's what truly torments the people who want to see you fail because they don't know what to do with it. They don't know how to handle someone who doesn't flinch at their attacks, someone who doesn't crumble under their hate. They want to see you angry. They want to see you broken. But instead, you give them peace. You give them silence. You give them success. And that eats at them in ways your words never could, because words can be dismissed, arguments can be twisted, but success, growth, that can't be denied. That can't be spun into something else. When you keep your head down and your heart focused, when you stay on your path, no matter how loud the noise gets, you send a message that can't be ignored. A message that says, I'm untouchable. I'm unshaken. I'm rising, and nothing you do can stop me. That's the ultimate revenge. That's the victory that lasts. The truth is, when you focus on growth, you step into a different league. You stop playing small. You stop playing the petty games that others want to trap you in. And when you step into that new space, that space of purpose, of vision, of determination, the people who once tried to hold you down realize they no longer have access to you. They no longer have access to you. They no longer have access to your mood, your thoughts, your choices, and that loss of control eats away at them, because for so long they thrived on the ability to get under your skin, to knock you off balance. But now, as you focus on building your dreams, as you let your success do the talking, they're left shouting into the void, unheard, unseen, irrelevant. And that's what real power looks like, not in fighting battles that don't matter, not in trading insults, but in outgrowing the space where those battles even exist, in creating a life so rich, so full, that their hate becomes a distant echo, too faint to matter. What's beautiful about focusing on growth is that it not only silences the haters, it also transforms you. It changes how you see yourself. It strengthens you from the inside out. Because when you choose to put your energy into your own progress, instead of into arguments or revenge, you start to see just how powerful you really are. You start to understand that your value was never tied to their approval or their opinions. Your worth was always in your hands. And as you climb higher, as you achieve more, you begin to see the world differently. You realize that the people who tried to tear you down were never really your problem. They were distractions. And now, with each success, with each goal you crush, their voices get quieter. Their hate loses its grip. And you're free, free to create, free to live, free to rise as high as you're meant to go. Because that's what happens when you focus on growth. You leave behind everything and everyone that was holding you back without ever having to look back. And as your success grows, as your peace deepens, you'll notice something else. The same people who once tried to break you, who once doubted you, will start to watch you with different eyes. Some will be filled with envy, yes, but others will be filled with regret. Regret that they wasted their time trying to bring you down instead of lifting themselves up. Regret that they underestimated your strength, your resilience, your determination. And you won't have to say a word. You won't have to remind them of what they did. Your life will say it all. Your victories will speak for you. Your joy, your peace, your purpose. That will be the loudest response of all. Because while they were busy trying to hurt you, you were busy building something beautiful. And in the end, that's what lasts. That's what matters. That's what they'll remember. Not the arguments, not the drama, but the way you rose in silence, the way you let your success do the talking, the way you showed them that ignoring them was the ultimate revenge. Energy is precious. It's the fuel that drives your dreams, the light that guides your path, the strength that keeps you moving forward, even on the hardest days. And yet, so many people waste that energy on the wrong things. They waste it arguing with those who don't deserve a second of their time. They waste it trying to explain themselves to people who have already decided not to understand them. They waste it trying to prove their worth to those who will never see it. But here's the truth. Every ounce of energy you spend on those people, on that negativity, is energy taken away from your purpose. Energy that could have gone toward building, creating, growing. And when you realize how valuable your energy is, when you understand that it's not infinite, you start to protect it. You start to choose your battles wisely. You start to see that the best response to those who try to hurt you is no response at all. Because your silence, your focus, your refusal to be pulled into their chaos, that's what keeps your energy strong. That's what keeps you moving forward toward the life you're meant to live. When you give your energy to people who seek to hurt you, you're giving them a piece of your power. You're letting them control the narrative. You're letting them dictate how you feel, how you act, how you move through the world. And that's not what you were put here for. You weren't put here to spend your days fighting battles that don't matter. You weren't put here to waste your strength on people who thrive on your weakness. You were put here to rise, to shine, to build something bigger than yourself. And every time you let someone's negativity pull you in, you slow yourself down. You delay your purpose. You lose sight of the bigger picture. But when you ignore them, when you refuse to give them your energy, you stay on track. You keep your eyes on your vision, on your goals, on your dreams. And that's how you win. That's how you protect what's sacred, because your energy is too precious to waste on people who don't matter. Think about how hard you've worked to get where you are. Think about the sacrifices you've made, the sleepless nights, the early mornings, the times you kept going when everything inside you wanted to quit. All of that effort, all of that energy is too valuable to throw away on people who want to see you fail. They don't deserve your attention. They don't deserve your focus. And the moment you realize that, the moment you stop giving them pieces of yourself, is the moment you take your power back. Because ignoring them isn't about weakness. It's about strength. It's about discipline. It's about understanding that your purpose is bigger than their hate. Your mission is bigger than their drama, and your dreams are more important than their opinions. So protect your energy, guard it like the treasure it is, because every bit of energy you save from the wrong people can be used to build the right life. And that's the life you deserve. That's the life you were born to create. Ignoring those who seek to hurt you isn't easy. It takes strength. It takes courage. Because your first instinct might be to fight back, to defend yourself, to make them see your worth. But here's the truth. They don't want to see it. They don't want to understand. Their goal is to distract you, to drain you, to pull you into their storm. And when you give in, when you waste your energy on them, they win. But when you stay focused, when you keep your eyes on your path, they lose their power over you. They can't reach you. They can't touch you. And that's what real freedom looks like. It's the freedom that comes from choosing yourself, from choosing your purpose over their noise. And in that freedom, you find your strength. You find your peace. Because now your energy is going where it belongs, into your dreams, your growth, your future. And nothing they do can take that away from you. Every time you ignore someone who tries to hurt you, you're telling the world something powerful. You're saying, my energy is sacred. My time is valuable. My purpose matters. And I will not waste what's precious on what's petty. You're showing that you understand the cost of distraction, that you know how easy it is to lose sight of your purpose when you're caught up in drama that doesn't serve you. And you're showing that you choose differently. You choose to rise. You choose to focus. You choose to build. And the people who tried to hurt you, who tried to pull you down, they see that. They feel it. And there's no revenge greater than that. Because nothing torments them more than watching you succeed without them. Watching you thrive while they stay stuck. Watching you protect your energy and use it to create a life they can't touch. That's the ultimate victory. That's the reward for keeping your eyes on your path and your heart free. When you protect your energy, you protect your future. You protect your dreams. You protect everything you've worked so hard for. Because the truth is, not everyone deserves access to you. Not everyone deserves a seat at your table. And the sooner you understand that, the sooner you stop wasting energy on the wrong people, the faster you'll rise. The clearer your vision will become. The stronger your purpose will feel, and the more unstoppable you will be, because energy wasted is opportunity lost, but energy protected is opportunity created. It's the fuel that drives your success, the fire that keeps you moving forward. So choose where your energy goes. Choose who gets your attention. Choose what's worth your time, because your purpose is too important. Your path is too sacred, and your heart is too valuable to waste on anything less. Keep your energy for what matters. Ignore the rest, and watch how far you'll go. In the end, what truly matters is how you choose to protect your energy, your peace, and your purpose. Life will always bring people who try to pull you off your path, who seek to drain your strength with their negativity, their doubt, their hate. But you hold the power to decide where your focus goes. And when you decide that your energy is too precious to waste on those who want to see you fall, you begin to rise in ways that no one can stop. Your silence, your discipline, your refusal to be distracted by petty battles, these are the tools that build a life of greatness. Your success, your growth, your peace will always speak louder than any words you could say, louder than any argument you could win. The moment you choose to stop reacting, to stop feeding their need for attention, you take back control. You become untouchable. And every bit of energy you save from the wrong people, from the wrong battles, becomes fuel for your dreams, your goals, your future. That's how you win, not by shouting back, not by fighting for approval, but by building a life so strong, so full of purpose that their noise fades into nothing. Every time you choose focus over distraction, peace over conflict, growth over revenge, you move closer to the life you were meant to live. So keep walking, keep building, keep rising. Let them talk, let them try. Your success will say it all. Thank you for listening. May you always protect your energy, stay true to your path, and may God bless you on your journey.